Okay, so let's see. Okay. Um be strong in the Lord and in the strength of his might. Ephesians 6:10. So we're gonna continue with UWorld. Okay. So next question I have 160. What is the side effect of scopolamine? It is dry mouth. Okay? Okay. So scopolamine and antihistamines both are for motion sickness and hyperemesis gravidum, right? So for hyperemesis gravidum, you give promethazine. The antihistamines are diphenhydramine, meclizine, and promethazine. Um, yeah, promethazine. Um, but for hyperemesis gravidum, which is like when the pregnant woman throws up like 40 times a day, that you give promethazine for that. Okay. Side effect of scopolamine. What is that? It's dry mouth. Okay. All right. Cholinergic drugs. They stimulate muscarinic and nicotinic drugs. So cholinergic drugs stimulate muscarinic and nicotinic drugs, which means that they increase the parasympathetic action in your body, which would mean that's when you're relaxed, so you have a decreased heart rate, you have increased secretions, uh, and meiosis, and nasal congestion and cough. Okay, so basically, you think about it like when you're running from a lion, right? Um, so yeah, you think about it when you're running from a lion. When you're running from a lion, your heart rate will be up or down. It'll be up. When you're running from a lion, would you want to poop or not poop? You wouldn't want to not poop because you want to save your energy to run away from the lion. So basically, when you're running from a lion, it's a sympathetic action that is happening, which is increased heart rate, decreased secretions, and mydriasis, which is dilated pupils, because you want to be able to see the lion running at you, even in the dark. So you want to dilate your pupils. Um, and you'll have a dry mouth, because of course you want to have dry mouth because decreased secretions, right? Okay, and you'll have blurry vision because mydriasis um, blurs your vision. Okay, even though you're trying to see better, but it's still blurry vision. Okay, okay, so that's with anti-muscarinic drugs. Okay, anti-muscarinic drugs are like think of it as a sympathetic drugs. Anti-muscarinic drugs, they oppose the action of muscarinic and nicotinic drugs. So if anti-muscarinic drugs oppose the action of muscarinic and nicotinic drugs, that means they oppose the action of the parasympathetic activity. So anti-muscarinic drugs oppose the action of muscarinic and nicotinic drugs, which means they increase the sympathetic activity, which leads to increased heart rate, decreased secretions, and mydriasis, and dry mouth, and blurry vision. Okay? Alright. So, basically, um, this is autonomics, so you have to really, really know autonomics. It is heavily tested on STEP. So, yeah. So, side effect of scopolamine, dry mouth. Dry mouth is the action of the sympathetic. You have yeah, sympathetic action. So, this is scopolamine is under um, uh, anti-muscarinic drugs. Then, right? So, look it up. Scopolamine. Scope. L. Oops. Scope. Okay, so scopolamine increases the pupil size, which is mydriasis. That is actually the sympathetic drugs. So that is under anti-muscarinic drugs. But let's look. Where's the scopolamine? It's here. Okay. Skin for motion sickness. Yeah. So yeah, muscarinic antagonists. All this are muscarinic antagonists. So that means anti-muscarinic and anti-muscarinic drugs. Okay, all of these: scopolamine, sulfenacine, tolterodine, hycosamine, atropine. So they oppose the action of um, muscarinic. Muscarinic is parasympathetic. Okay, muscarinic is parasympathetic. So all of these oppose the action of parasympathetic. That means they increase the sympathetic activity. Okay. Atropine is also an anti-muscarinic drug. Causes blurry vision. Cycloplegia. 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 So this is it causes eye blurriness. Okay. So cycloplegia. It dilates the eyes. Causes I'm so glad I did not do optometry. It's just that my thing. But yeah, it's cycloplegia, pupil dilation, um, atropine causes eye pupil dilation and cycloplegia, and it causes blurriness. Right, cycloplegia is blurriness. So anything that opposes muscarinic drugs means that it opposes the parasympathetic activity in the body. So muscarinic antagonist means opposes muscarinic effect, which means this is opposing the parasympathetic effect, which means that this muscarinic antagonist increase sympathetic activity, which is why you have mydriasis, cycloplegia, decreased secretions. Decreased secretions, um, increased heart rate. Okay, all right. So that's what that means. So yeah, scopolamine falls under anti-muscarinic, well, muscarinic antagonists, which are also known as anti-muscarinic agents. Okay, next, which drug combination is responsible for muscle pain, fatigue, and increased creatine levels and diffuse tenderness? Okay. Which drug combination is responsible for muscle pain, fatigue, and increased creatine levels and diffuse tenderness? Um, in the proximal muscles. Okay. Okay. The answer is atorvastatin and gemfibrozol. The answer is atorvastatin and gemfibrozol. Um, um, statins are first line for hypercholesterolemia. Yes, statins are first line for hypercholesterolemia. Statins inhibit the HMG-CoA reductase. Um, giving statin with fibrates or giving the statins with the fibrates, especially gemfibrozol, especially gemfibrozol, increase the risk of severe myopathy. Okay, so you have to remember this. Giving the statins with fibrates, especially gemfibrozol, increase the risk of severe myopathy. Nitrates impair hepatic clearance of statins, so statins increase in the blood. Okay,